What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another live film breakdown here with Lemon Boy. My name is Blaiden Kirk. We're back. Taking a look at Mason Graham, the Michigan man. I think he is the best interior defender in this upcoming draft class. I'm very excited to watch this film with you all. I'm just pulling up the chat. You already know. But we're watching again the best interior defender in this draft class. Mason Graham, number 55. We're just going to go through the tape. This is what we've been doing. Pretty weekly basis here. We've taken a look at a lot of the top guys. Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter. Today we're taking a look at Mason Graham. He's a fun watch. I'll tell you that. We're just going to start. We're watching his game against Illinois. I know it's nothing crazy, but I prefer to watch 2024 tape. So what have you done for me lately, league? And lately, he's been a dog, even if it's against Illinois. So let's hop right in, man. This is how long is this tape? 18 minutes, so we'll be in and out. Shouldn't be too long. Let's get it. So you can see he's lined up between the center and the left guard here. And he ends up engaging with the center here. It's really only... It starts out as a three-man rush with a blitzer. So 55 and 78 kind of slide left a little bit. Right, they pretty much slide a full gap down to the left side. So now Mason Graham is attacking the opposite A gap that he was lined up in. 78's attacking the B gap now. He ends up even kind of taking on that tackle. You've got number 0 taking the right tackle off the edge there, and then number 1 ends up engaging with the guard here. And they drop this edge back. And so this ends up being just like a straight cover 3. Right. He flows down, he drops in. They've got the 2 middle zones here. Well, 3. Or no, because he's taking the flat. So they've got deep third, deep third, deep third, middle, middle, flat, flat. Looking at Mason Graham, not getting a whole lot of like push here necessarily, but I think technique-wise this is pretty good for what he's doing. He's pretty low. He's got good arm extension here. I'll pull up his measurables so you can see. Because there is definitely some concern to be had. I do think he's the best guy in this class, but if there is some concern, it's the fact that he has short arms and small hands. So it's just like, number one, the surface area of which that he can like engage a blocker, and then also the range at which or the distance at which he can engage a defender. You know, it's one thing when you see like edge defenders who are great at long arming, specifically because, well, they have long arms and they can just get in your frame from such a distance that it makes it really hard to defend them. So like he is a little bit small. He's in the 26th percentile for weight, 16th percentile for hand size, 26th percentile for arm length, and 27th percentile for bench press. So like not the best like pure frame and not the best pure strength either for what you would be looking for from a defensive tackle, an interior defensive lineman. But what you'll see is that as this goes on, he just kind of overcomes that. Right? Again, like he's got like the right form here, good extension. And he's able to disengage. He's kind of getting held there, honestly. Taking on a double team here. He doesn't really get moved. Like, again, you look at a guy who's undersized, and you would expect a double team to really wash him down, blow him out here. Right? First of all, the fact that he's the one getting double teamed on this play. I mean, it's... What is this? Is this zone split? What is he? I can't tell what he's supposed to be doing because he just falls immediately. It looks like everyone is down blocking except for these two, which tells me that this might actually be like gap or counter. But like this gets blown up so quickly by the other side that doesn't really matter. But regardless, Mason Graham not getting bulldozed by the double team here. He goes like a yard back, but eventually is able to get his anchor on him. And like if this had not been blown up here, he probably would have been the one to come in and make this tackle also. All right, so this is not the best play. So this would be where you would want to see him really get a win here. The chip help kind of opens up this A gap, which, I mean, look at this lane. You've got lead blocker here, lead blocker here. They both engage. So this is where you would like to see a tier 1 blue chip prospect, you know, really blow this guard up so that this alleyway is maybe a sidewalk instead, you know? That should be a hold. This is a good play by Graham. I'm not sure why they're not. I mean, that might be the most textbook holding I've ever seen. I mean, dude. I want to see the other angle too, because it's just like, yeah. He's just like straight up grabbing. His, like, I don't know what more you want from that. That's like the most blatant hold of all time. 100% a hold. Yeah, dude. I don't know, like, that's a good play. Like, that should have drawn a flag. Like, he's just straight up getting tackled here, dude. Like, and he's still holding his shoulder. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. But dude, I mean, this Michigan defense is just crazy. Kind of reminds me of the Iowa defense last year when they had DeJean. That was crazy. But yeah, this should have been a hold. It would. I mean, it's a good play by Graham to almost like. I mean, he's almost like bending the arc here. Or he would have if he didn't get, like, arm barred and held. But, again, that might just be a product of, like, his short arms. It makes it easier to do that. Dude, he's, like... is he getting held every single play? Oh, my gosh. He can't... I mean, literally, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. No, dude, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous, man. They got two refs that both aren't seeing this. I mean, that's back-to-back plays where he's getting held right in front of a ref. And he just, like, chooses not to throw a flag. Like, what are we doing, dude? Mason Graham's going up to the ref before the game and saying, don't throw the flag. Like, I want the smoke. That's just the kind of player he is, you know? Oh, dude. So they tried to hit this quick slant here. Graham gets a pretty instantaneous win on this left or on the right guard. 75, which that doesn't shock me based on I've seen 75 play a few plays and he has not looked good so far this game. So yeah, Mason Graham should annihilate this guy, and he does. He absolutely does. I mean, this is just an example of I have faster hands than you. I know what I want to do. Right, he puts his hands up and he just bats him down. He just bats him down, puts his shoulder into the shoulder of the center, slides right past him. That's a really strong play. Here's the thing with a lot of this draft class. Most of the defensive linemen in this class are pretty pitiful pass rushers, except for Mason Graham. A lot of them are like fantastic run defenders. There's a lot of great run defenders in this class. Talik Williams from Ohio State might be one of the better run. I mean, he's like a lot of great run defenders. I love Talik Williams. I think he is as good as it gets, really, truly, as a run defender. But he's not a very talented pass rusher. Because Mason Graham is, sorry, I just ran into my desk here. Because Mason Graham is a good pass rusher, he is projected to go first round. And I've seen him mocked kind of all over the place. I would expect him to go in the top half of the first. But I could see a world where, like, people are really out on the size, the arm length, the hand size, the raw strength. I really could see that being a problem for people. And, like, if he fell later into the first, I wouldn't be surprised. Also, just, like, need-based, I'm not sure how many teams are out here saying, oh, yeah, we need to draft a defensive lineman in the first round, and he's not like a freak athlete. I will say this, Stay Hot, we did a mock draft recently, and Mason Graham went 9th to the Saints in that one. And it was just kind of like we entertained picking him pretty much every single spot starting at Jacksonville. We're like, well, Mason Graham could go here, but we would end up taking another position for some reason or another. But we got to the Saints and we're like, okay, like Mason Graham is like easily the best player left on all of our boards. Yeah, he has to go here, right? But like we took Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter, Cam Ward, Genty, Jalen Walker went ahead of him. Tet McMillan, Will Campbell. Like, he very easily could go top 10, even top, like, 15. But if he went, I think, later, I wouldn't be totally shocked just because of the size concerns. I'm trying to think about if another... I could see Walter Nolan. I could see someone really liking him and wanting to take a shot on him. I'm trying to think what other interior guys someone might. I don't foresee Kenneth Grant going ahead of Graham, but I suppose it's possible. All right. And this is the other thing. You know, you saw him lined up, you know, on the A gap. And now he's lined up just inside the right tackle here. So you get a little bit of versatility with him also, which is something that you just don't get with, like, there aren't a lot of defensive linemen who are going to line up at like 5 different spots along the defensive line, like everywhere from like a 4 tech all the way to nose tackle. Well, I wouldn't put him at nose tackle, so maybe like 4 tech to like everything but nose tackle. Yeah. And you wouldn't be like a 7-eye or a wide 9 or anything, but like everything else, I feel pretty confident in him like succeeding there. And this is another win, right? Like, you don't love him getting thrown off his base here, but again, he's able to reset his anchor and get into this passing lane to some degree. Double team. There's the flag. I'm like, dude, is he going to get one flag in this game? He finally gets one. This is, again, another like painfully obvious hold. Oh, that's not even the one they threw. Oh, they threw number 0 getting tackled here. Yeah. But I'm like, I feel like they're both getting held on this play. Well, actually, you know what? I take that back. It looked like this was a hold, but he does actually let go. I thought that was going to be a hold, but it looks like he ended up letting go there. So, good job by 75. And this actually is just a good double team here, right? This is a good job by 64, just kind of feeling where he's needed, right? 92 is getting handled pretty well. So he's like, okay, let me focus my attention to Mason Graham, because he's about to win this rep against 75. I mean, he does win this rep against 75, but he's into 64. And this is the issue, is like, because he has short arms, he doesn't have the leverage to just like bench press this guy after beating 75. But one-on-one, you can see he's got it. Oh my God, what a catch by 80. Barely holds on to it, but hey, a catch is a catch. Here we are lined up in the A gap once again. Just straight rushing. You see a little bit of power here. Again, it looks like he might be getting held again, man. Right? You see a little bit of the power here to bench press 75. But he is struggling to kind of get that arm off of him. 75's got to get his hand inside. That could get called. But yeah, that's where he's struggling the most. Just like once someone gets his hand on him, he's struggling to get them off. Another double team. And this is the thing. He's facing so many double teams. He's facing so much extra attention that it does make it hard on him to kind of win these. Like, he's not getting a lot of one-on-one looks. Another hold, dude. Jesus. He has to adjust his jersey after every play. That's the thing, is they're doubling him, and he still is getting held. It's just... It's kind of an insane amount for a player to be dealing with. I don't know if I see anyone get held at the same rate that Mason Graham does. Oh my God. Absolute nasty. Nasty work to throw that guy. Is that a tight end? If so, that's an awful mismatch. Yeah, it's a tight end, dude. Oh my goodness. Just disastrous mismatch. You never had a chance, brother. But because the play is going the other way, they were fine to do this, right? I mean, this is RPO all day, right? It's zone going this way. And then he pulls it, throws, what was that, a slant? It was a hitch. Pulls it, throws the hitch. But it's away from Mason Graham, right? So they probably feel fine having him matched up on a tight end there. Another one-on-one that turns into a double, like, so they end up pulling the tackle. And as Graham is, coming in to kind of seal this gap, right? Because he's got, what is this, B gap responsibility right now. You could argue he should be two gapping here. Maybe. But I think this is on the linebacker, right? He starts to win this leverage in the B gap. 74 now has to engage in Mason Graham. So now he's getting double teamed. The linebacker now needs to flow into the C gap and make this tackle. 42 ends up making it, and that's fine. But we'll look at from this angle. I think 15, you can creep closer to the line of scrimmage here. But, understand that, you have Mason Graham right here. And at this point, I'm now shifting over to C gap. So this is a play where I think Graham actually has to read this out a little bit better. Or not Graham has to. The linebacker has to read Graham out a little bit better. Instead of, why is... And this is the ridiculous thing. Graham wins and is now able to take on this double... and take on a double team. Right? I mean, this is perfect. Honestly, this is excellent run defense technique here from Graham. Right? If you're going to commit to a gap and take two blockers out, that's a win. Right? Because now that frees someone else up to shoot a gap and make a play. 15 needs to shoot this C gap. This could be like a 1 yard loss if 15 sees this correctly. Right? Luckily, 42 is playing excellent two gap technique here. Has outside contain if the run does bounce out there, but is able to flow inside and make this tackle. And it's a short gain, but it could have been like a tackle. It could have been like a no gain or a 1 yard loss play. If 15 reads that out. That's a great play by Mason Graham there. Is that him on another tight end? Oh. He's leaking out, but still, just throw him on the ground is so funny. What's the penalty for? I imagine it's a hold because I can't tell anything else that it would be. Question is, who is getting held? Oh, there it is. Yeah, dude. But again, why is Graham not getting these calls? I swear he gets held like every other play. Haven't seen a flag get thrown once for him. Jesus. I mean, what is he, triple teamed? Basically, I mean, where's he supposed to go here, dude? I mean, honestly, he's beating the dog shit out of what is that, 64? He's honestly crushing him. But he's getting held by 64, first of all, right? You can see the shoulder pull. And then he's getting, he has a guy on either side of him. That's what I'm saying. They got the whole damn line on him, dude. It's so much respect. That's the thing. It's like, it's so hard to produce when you're a defensive lineman, especially someone of this caliber. Like, what is he supposed to do here, man? Oh my gosh. He's getting held and triple teamed. And he's just like, and he's honestly doing great. Like, he's kicking his ass, and they just like, it's still not enough because he's got two guys on either side of him. Oh my goodness. The real question is, how did this quarterback still manage to escape? Right? Like, okay, so it looks like 78 lost some contain here. I 91 starts trying to bend it here. It's like struggling against a tight end and gets running back chip help. I think 78 probably just needs to like maintain a little bit of like contain here. Like, he's trying too hard. Like, as soon as he does this, he has given up this rushing lane for the QB. As opposed to if he just kind of stays, right? If he's like, okay, I've got a guy rushing wide here, two guys rushing wide here. Let me stay home. Like, trying to close one, and maybe you have to say, well, at some point he has to just commit. But I feel like if he just stays home, then this quarterback isn't going to commit to a rushing lane as aggressively. But maybe that's nitpicky. Maybe that's nitpicky. Because what was it, like a 10-yard run? Reverse! Dude, that echo was insane. I don't know if you guys heard that. That echo was crazy. All right, so let's see what's going on here. Where's Graham? Graham's on the right side, lined up over the guard. They're showing pure down blocking the whole way. 74 fakes it to come back and be like a lead blocker. I mean, this is really well designed. I mean, this is pure wide zone blocking, right? You've got the fullback leading, down blocking the whole way, everyone on the line. And then they just send the receiver. And here's the thing. You got two guys that are seeing it right away, and they're like, reverse, 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 trying to call it out. But, like, if you're on the defensive line, I mean, you're kind of just watching the blocking. Right? I mean, you're not going to see out here. And even if you hear, like, the calls, which, like, you might not. Like, this is such a difficult play to react to in real time. Shout out to the guys on the back end staying home, though. The linebackers, like number 1, great job. The corner number 12 and 15. I mean, I said this already. This reminds me so much of Iowa's defense last year. Just so downhill, so aggressive. I love to see that. I absolutely love to see that. I mean, it's a really great play by number 1 here because he's the first one. I mean, dude, just flies downhill, blows up the block on the QB. I mean, it's a QB, so maybe I blow up the block as whatever. It's a QB. I need to see the other angle of this. Mason Graham lined up over the guard. Nice little swim. Oh. And honestly, I mean, this would have been such a nasty move. I'm not going to lie. That looked a little intentional. Like, just like cutting his legs out. Like, I get like, like going low, like that but like the arm, like I don't know. I've never seen an offensive lineman do that. I've never seen an offensive like it's not like he got like thrown down. Right? Cuz he wasn't like push pulling. He was swimming, like he was trying to like swim through that. What was that, the A gap? Yeah, he's like swipes left and just tries to swim through. This is a great move. I mean, this is a fantastic move. The lineman just drops and sticks his arm out. I mean, sacrifice, I guess. I've never seen an offensive lineman do that. Like, I've seen offensive linemen, like, drop. Like, and like, you'll see defensive linemen, like, drop. Like, almost like bear crawl technique. To just, like, get in someone's way. Right? Like, that is not an uncommon thing to see. But the drop, stick your arm, like, that's a little weird. I don't love that. Same spot this time, different direction, rushing. Another double team. This one's a tackle and a running back, but if he's taking this wide rush, he's just, one-on-one, I could see him getting this, but with the double team, there's just no way. He's just not quick enough, which, like, I wouldn't expect a defensive line. Like, if that's Carter, Abdul Carter, yes, he should win that rep, but Graham, I wouldn't expect. I wouldn't expect, like, even, like, Jalen Carter. The only defensive lineman who I can think of that, like, I would really expect to win this rep would be probably Chris Jones. Like, that's it. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. This is... No, dude, this is insane. There's a pile of bodies. There's a pile of bodies. How is he still up? Makes the tackle. Oh my goodness. This is on third and what? Third and what? No. Oh, it's fourth. This is 4th and 1. I saw a defender put his fist up, like 4th down, but... Oh my goodness, Graham, what a stop. What a stop. That's amazing. That's absolutely nuts, dude. Even though he's a bit undersized, I wonder if his production will be better in the NFL because he's most likely not going to get as much attention from the offensive line. I completely agree. No, I completely agree, dude. Because this is the thing. When there are some players where you look at the rest of the team and it's like, there is one guy to game plan for, right? Like, really, truly. Like, you're game planning for a lot, and, like, in the Big Ten, it's very competitive. But at the same time, as an offensive line coach, you look at the scouting report coming up, you say, who are we really, like, let's be real. Like, Kenneth Grant, good. They've got Will Johnson's a good corner. Like, there are guys you have to watch out for. We've seen number 1, the linebacker, is a great player. Number 15 is pretty good also. But, like, the guy that you're really watching out for, and it seems very consistent that teams agree with this, is Mason Graham. Like, there is clearly so much attention devoted to him on I mean, he's been double teamed on what, 90% of snaps? I don't even know if they track double team rate in college. But I would imagine Mason Graham's is like the highest in college football right now. I mean, I cannot imagine anyone's facing more double teams than him. This play is absolutely nuts. And honestly, it's one of the rare times where you don't see him just get straight up double teamed. Like, he's really only having to win leverage against one guy. And then it's just like fighting through a pile. But it's not like a bunch of guys trying to like block him necessarily. And so he's able to kind of establish his leverage and win this. And it's weird. Like, again, like the measurables, he doesn't have super long arms, doesn't have big hands, is a little bit undersized weight-wise, and he's not like a pure brute force strength guy, but he just wins. He just wins, dude. Like, it's weird, but like I think his play strength is much stronger than his measurables would suggest. And here's another play, dude. Like, again, with just the utter dominance, like able to establish his own leverage here. Right? I mean, it's down blocking the whole way once again. Right? Shout out, again, number one. Picking that gap. Dude, number one's awesome. Hold on. I need to check something. Is he not in this draft class? Yeah, I see Stewart. I see Loveland. And I see Kenneth Grant. Michael Barrett Jr. No, that's not who. Michigan linebacker. I'll just say Michigan football depth chart. And that's 2025. Okay, here he is. Yeah, so he's not going to the NFL this year. Jay Sean Barham. So he'll be 2026 probably. Yeah. Yeah, he'll be a 2026 guy. I think he's going to be awesome. I think he's going to be really, really good. Supposedly runs a 4.55, 6'3", 248. Hell yeah, man. This guy looks really good. Maybe it's just this game, but I feel like he's always in the right spot. Because, I mean, this is zone, right? I mean, this is inside zone. He blows up the A gap. So 6 has to cut back, and he cuts right into Mason Graham. I mean, that's just perfect run defense by both players. Oh, my God. No, first of all, I mean, 72 and 60, or 58 is that? I don't know. The whole right side of the offensive line needs to be embarrassed. This is insane. He just splits them like it's nothing. Cuts them like a hot knife through butter. Oh, I need to see the other angle of this. Because, like, what? How? It almost looks like both of them thought that the other was... Or both of them thought that they were the chip help. And they're, like, moving to the next level to get another guy. I really don't know. Like, it's not good play, but like Graham did not do the majority of the work on this one. That's just funny. Dude, I feel like he's getting like more insane as this game goes on. This is close to a hold. I don't know if I would call it. I think the ref thought about it because, like, right there, But again, I think it's just like he's got short arms and he can't really like get enough leverage to break that grip. Dude. I mean, I see a jersey tug on him every single play. Like right there. But I don't think he should have had inside leverage on this anyway. Because they've got, we'll go to the end zone angle here. They got 78, right? Who's over the guard. And he's taking on this double team quite well. Right? 97 is absolutely demolishing right here. Right? Great job staying home. Right? So if someone's going to take the outside, it is going to be Graham. And he's doing a good job. I mean, again, a guy with short arms. But he's getting the long arm outside leverage here. But that's a hold. Like that is a hold. He doesn't ever get calls. Oh my god. Stupid. Stupid, dude. Dude. Oh my gosh. No, you need a new offensive line after this, dude. I mean, first of all, I think he got held again. This is, again, just faster hands, better hands, right? We saw a clip like this earlier where he does this, like, side swipe, swim move inside. This time he doesn't get, like, arm bar tripped. But he gets pushed into the center here, spins off of it. I don't think he does end up getting held here quite now. It's not a hold. And just barely misses the pass. Like, almost tips this. Motor is crazy. Replacement refs. Yeah, they might. The regular refs might have been on strike here, man. Yeah, dude. What is this matchup, dude? Like, stop putting him on tight ends, dude. He's not gonna be able to chase down this quarterback. But 40 or what is that? 42. 42 needs to get off of this block, dude. 42 should have outside contain here. Graham does his job. 42 is getting eaten alive by a tight end. That can't happen. Get off your damn block, dude. Just another double. Yeah. 74 in the tight end. And I need to see the end zone angle here. My guess is, so Zero's got like the way, 0 and 7 are kind of sharing outside contain here. And Graham's responsibility does kind of lie in this kind of 2 gap, but kind of hard to play that when you've got one guy coming at you from either side. This might be an example where it's better for him to like almost drop to a knee and just kind of commit to one gap, and then you can let 15 kind of take the other. But again, and I think, let's go back to the other angle here. I almost wonder, like, Graham does get kind of pushed back here. But this is where I say, like, I think number 1 is so good. Because I see when he commits to a gap, it feels like he's always committing to the right gap. Like, we've seen a number of plays like, where there was the one where it was zone, inside zone to the left. Number 1 shot the A gap immediately, blew up that play. 6 has to cut back, cuts right into Mason Graham. Great play by both defenders there, right? This is a play where number 6 is running at, I guess, what would effectively be, it kind of becomes the C gap right here, right? Where like this is where the C gap would have been. It kind of becomes a mess. But this is where the C gap would have been, it looks like. And again, I just feel like 15, like, understand the leverage here. You've got this clump of bodies here, like morphing the A, B, and A gap, like both A gaps and the B gap kind of into one, like, mesh of bodies. The C gap's opening up. Why is he not shooting that gap and filling that space? It just feels like a consistent thing that he's doing. Again, I'm not, like, giving Mason Graham a pass here, because he does get pushed back on this play. But I do wonder if 15 could have shot this gap instead of, like, sliding in to the A. But also, again, like, you look at the rest of the defense, right? Everyone is sliding left because that's where the blocking is going. Right. And so, like, to some extent, you just got a little bit beat here. But shout out to number 8 for coming around the edge and chasing this down, staying home. That was a good play by him. And so, like, it doesn't end up being a long run, you know. But you have to want, again, it's like the difference between a 3-yard run, the difference between, like, 1 yard, no gain. It does matter a little bit. Oh my God, again, what a catch. But here's Mason Graham on the right side, lined up over the tackle. Mauls him. I mean, that initial punch was crazy. But this ends up being... Is this just waggle? It's like waggle mixed with mesh. Yeah, I mean, there's just not a whole lot Graham's going to do on this. I mean, this is a good play by him to just, like, win against this tackle, I would say. But, I mean, how far is this drop back? Considering the quarterback lines up under center, I mean, he's at the 3, and he drops back to what? The 12, the 13? It's just like, he's not going to be the one to make this play. 78 got like an instant win. Damn near. Right? And 8 got a pretty quick win as well. And it just, I mean, they couldn't get there, and they were closer. So, yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot he's going to do. That's a heck of a catch through contact. 15's got to step it up. 15 has not been playing very well. Oh, my God, dude. That's my GOAT right there. That's pretty insane. The lateral quickness to kind of move outside and then come back in, fight through 58 and make this tackle. You got it, dog. I mean, that's a lot of lateral movement that you just don't really see from... Even a lot of NFL defensive linemen aren't moving this much laterally. Heck, I haven't seen 15, the linebacker, move this much laterally. That's really impressive. I wonder... I haven't looked this up. Mason Graham NFL Combine. I want to see that. Did he only did the bench? Has he done his pro day yet? Okay, so I wanted to see if he did any of the agility drills, but I'm not seeing any of that, which is like fine. He doesn't need to, but I wanted to see how he tested there because this is really impressive. Like, I think he might have tested pretty well at like the 3-cone and stuff, or like the shuttle. Maybe less so 3-cone, but the shuttle I think he would have done pretty nice at. Another great win. Again, it's just like that swat. He's so good at timing that. It's like kind of Aaron Donald-esque. And he's got like Aaron Donald was undersized, but Aaron Donald was more like short, stout. But like Aaron Donald was undersized, and you just have, if your hands are that quick, and you can just bat away guys before they even get in your frame, it's not gonna matter. Like, that's how you make use of the short arms, you know? It's just like you don't try and do something that, like, you can't do. You know, you see a lot of guys, they'll be, like, undersized edge rushers, and they want a bull rush. And I'm like, dude, bend the arc. What are you talking about? Like, use your speed. And if you don't have speed, that's another problem. You probably shouldn't be playing edge rusher if you're, like, undersized with no speed. Maybe just don't play football to begin with. I don't know. But, like, that's so textbook. It's so textbook, dude. Literally, the timing is so perfect. As soon as he shot his hands, bop, bat down. Now, this ball just comes out quick, but it's a textbook win. And you see it every single time. Whenever he gets one-on-ones, his win rate in one-on-one scenarios is pretty ridiculous. He gets washed a little wide on this one. Right, he does kind of the same move as before, but gets washed a little bit wide. Would like to see him maybe stay, like, maintain a little bit contained, and even if he doesn't, like, win the rep, the quarterback doesn't break away for a long run, you know? Gives up a first down there. A little bit of bull rush action here before he gets double teamed. His pro day was today. I'm not seeing. Let me go to Twitter. Mason Graham. I just want to see if he did anything. I'm just trying to see if he did any. Yeah, I'm not seeing any, like, drills that he did, which is fine. Like, again, I don't think he necessarily needs to do these testing things, but I'm seeing a lot of people talking about Kenneth Grant also. But back to the tape. Back to the tape. Yeah, he's getting really nice push on this. again, that first pop is really powerful. And then 64 comes in to help. And more double team madness. Be a real man. Take him one-on-one. Another double team. And again, he's like playing it pretty well. Weighed in at 306. Here's the thing. That doesn't mean a whole lot to me. That's 10 pounds heavier than I think he was at the combine. Or then at least he is at ESP. Yeah. So his combine measurements, or his measurements as of the combine, were 6'3 and a half, 296, 32-inch arms, 9 1/8 hands. But like putting a guy like him being able to put on 10 pounds doesn't shock me, right? I mean, you just change your diet, change your workout routine. Like you could put on 10 pounds pretty easily if you're Mason Graham. Like I'm sure he has it. Like they have team nutritionists. I'm sure they were like, oh yeah, we could get you over 300 easily. Like if you JJ Watt in his prime was doing what, 12,000 calories a day. Like most offensive and defensive linemen have like insane calories just for like maintenance purposes, just to like hold that weight. I wouldn't be shocked if he was eating like at least 6 a day on a regular maintenance cycle would be at least 6,000 a day. I wouldn't be surprised to put on, like if he's said for a month I'm going to eat 8 to 10,000 a day, like that wouldn't be something that would shock me at all. So him coming in at 3, it's just like it doesn't really matter that much in the grand scheme. Like we know like what he played at. The main concern is the arm length, right? That concerns me more than the weight thing. But I like this play a decent amount. Like he's getting double teamed. It would be really easy for him to just get like totally washed out. And he's just kind of tracking. Like you can see he still kind of has control here because the quarterback slides to the left side, right? Tries to step up and run this way. 92, or is that 97, spins out to kind of block his path. But Mason Graham's flowing this way also. So quarterback comes back this way. Graham's able to readjust. He's getting doubled, but you can see like he has enough control to be able to like adjust in his direction here. And then he gets held again. Great play. Bang. He does end up getting pushed over here, but again, I think he's the one in control. Again, and that's the really hard thing, is like to be in control of this situation when you have the shorter arms. It's insane. That is insane. And this is why I'm a little bit shocked that he didn't do more testing. This is insane, like core and hip strength, right? You are getting torqued, right? Do you like to be in this position and just decide I'm going to win, rip through, like, oh my gosh. I think the number of players in this draft class with that kind of strength is insane. That kind of like flexibility in their movement. Abdul Carter has it. Genty has it. Travis Hunter has it. I think Will Johnson might have it too, as a corner. I think he's a pretty fluid mover as well. But like, I think the number of players who move like that, it's less than 10. I think it has to be less than 10. That's nuts. That is completely nuts. I need to record that. That is one of the most insane like movements you will ever see from a defensive lineman. Straight up one of the most insane movements you will see from a defensive lineman. I cannot believe this. Hold on. I cannot believe this. Like, this is a position where most defensive linemen lose very, very obviously. And we would look at this and say, yep, the tackle or the guard there, I think it's the left or the right guard. The right guard here has the leverage battle, has the torque. This is a win. They're going to clear out this gap. 7's going to now have to be the one to make this tackle. He just finds a way. He just finds a way. Absolutely insane. Rips through the hip strength, the core strength, the back strength, and he ends up being the one to make this tackle. Absolutely absurd, absolutely ridiculous play there from Mason Graham. Shout out QB for getting this ball off and, like, it not being intentional grounding. Another double team here. See the other angle. Again, he's able to beat the first guy, right, in those situations. He's able to kind of swing past the first guy. But then, again, it's the short arms where now the second guy is immediately in his frame, and it's hard to overcome that. Little wide. Oh, my gosh. Oh, couldn't finish it. Let's see the other angle here. Again, I think this is just another example of, like, the offensive line being stupid. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, I guess you needed to help out on 78 a little bit, but to divert your eyes away from Graham when, like, your other guy's going up against number 1, maybe, like I feel like this is a scarier sight to see than this, right? Like, if you're picking 2 guys to worry about, 78 and 15 don't scare me nearly as much as 55 and 1. Oh, so close. Does he make this play again? No, not quite. I thought he might have. Who did make this play? Is it 0? Oh my gosh. I know he's nice too. I know he's nice too. Near the goal line here, passing situation. Oh my gosh, these receivers are goated. And this quarterback kind of nice with it too. Dude. Oh my goodness. What a throw, what a catch. I mean, that's... There's our boy. There's our boy. That's the third crazy catch you've seen. I know, dude. But honestly, like, shout out to QB because he's putting these things on the money. Is he? Oh, none of the quarterback isn't in the class, but it looks like some of these receivers are 13 and 4. I think 4 was just the one that made that catch in the end zone. Am I wrong? Yeah. That's Zachary Franklin. Great high pointing. It's a little bit behind him too. Tracks that all the way through and gets the foot down. I mean, that's... JSN had a catch like that at Ohio State. Franklin this year had 93 targets, 55 catches for 660 yards, 4 touchdowns. Nothing crazy. Looks like Pat Bryant was kind of the true number one here. Had 10 touchdowns, 984, 54 catches on 78 targets. His contested catch rate, Pat Bryant, number 13, his contested catch rate is 69.2% with only a 1.8% drop rate and 2.83 yards per route run. That's pretty good for a guy who's like, I mean, not even considered like a day 2 prospect probably. That's pretty insane. We will be keeping an eye on these Illinois wide receivers. We will be keeping an eye on Illinois' quarterback. Luke Altmaier. Okay. All right, man. We'll be watching. But yeah, this is awesome. I mean, this is great work against down blocking, right? Again, short arms, doesn't matter, right? Fights through the block, gets extension, and is able to two-gap this. And when the running back cuts back, he fills in and makes the play. I mean, that's textbook. That is the most textbook play you will ever see from a defensive lineman in run defense. And there are a lot of defensive linemen in this class that can make this play. Kenneth Grant on the same defensive line can make this play. Talik Williams at Ohio State can make this play. But Mason Graham is also, we've seen, an A-plus pass rusher from the defensive line spot. Empty backfield here. They've got him what? Oh my gosh. But we've seen them a few times send him on these like speed rush attempts. This is the first time I've seen him like really win it. Like really win it. And part of this is because this is a well drawn up blitz by Michigan. What's with like the ooh, I'm the boogeyman. Like what is this? What is this by 91? Free rush, just like puts his arms. Like I get like getting in the passing lane, but it's just like oh. Dude, I'm telling you, this quarterback's kind of nice with it, dude. That's a great find under pressure. And that's the other guy we were just talking about. Was that something Bryant? Pat Bryant? That's 13. I mean, that's really cool, calm, composed. It's kind of nice with it, man. I mean, I don't think he hasn't thrown an interception in this game. And he's been under like a decent amount of pressure. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of a hard play to read out. I keep rewatching this, trying to figure out like what's going on. It looks like it's basically counter, I guess. Because you've got two blockers coming this way, two blockers replacing this way, right? Because if this were just power, I imagine what you would have is just kind of everyone down block this way with these two guys leading. But because you have pulling and then these guys coming this way, I guess it's more counter. But it's just like the handoff being like, oh, no, this is trap. This is trap. I was like, this handoff is like ISO, but it's like counter block. It's trap. Oh, what's good, man? Welcome to the stream. We're watching Mason Graham. Yeah, but that's kind of a hard play to read out from this set. You got the pistol with like, it's like the house pistol set. Yeah, I mean, Mason Graham does his job here. If the run comes his way, he's able to make this play. It goes away from him. Oh my God. Who was that? Who was that? The safety? 28? Dude. All right, we're gonna look up. Oh, am I able to show this? different run blocking. We'll look up what trap versus counter. Blocking. I'm just trying to like visualize it because I'm not good at explaining this stuff. I'm not like excellent at like run blocking schemes. But the way I'm trying to find like a visualization of this, but the way I know it is like basically a trap is like you've got down blocking, but you're leaving one guy like unblocked. And then you send a replacement in to do that. You send a replacement in to kind of fill up that that unblocked man. Like in power, you're kind of letting that guy go because you're running away from him, just like straight up. But in trap, you're still like running in a spot where that could get picked up. So like this is why I need to show it. Like cuz I feel like I'm not explaining it very well. So like okay, on this play 75 and 58 are pulling, which leaves, or is it? Yeah, 75 and 58 are pulling. You've got down blocking. 74 is down blocking, 73 is down blocking, 64 is down blocking, right? They're all down blocking to the right. 88 and 85 are going to replace for 74 and 58 leaving, which means you get help on Mason Graham still, and you get a blocker on 42, right? And because they're leaving, so like normally in this situation, if you were doing power to the left, then you would have probably 85 go up and get 15 and 88 go to the edge or get number 1, right? Like one of these guys, like actually you'd probably have 74 go get 91, 73 get 95, 88 get number 1, 64 get 78, 85 get 15, right? That would be like your basic, and then you'd probably have 75 pull, right? Pull through. I don't even know, because it's so weird because you've got like this full house set going on here, which makes it so much weirder. But because you like have the pullers and the replacers with everyone else down blocking, that's trap. Like I'm pretty sure the way you explain it is just like it's just replacing. It's just like one blocker leaves, another replaces. And I really hope I'm explaining that right, because I feel like I'm not. Because honestly, like I don't like run schemes are not my expertise really. Like the position I feel most comfortable scouting, or like the positions that I feel most comfortable scouting, I feel like is like corner and receiver, because there's just certain things that just like make sense. Like everything just makes sense there. But like when you start getting into this box area, there's just so much that I feel like is up to interpretation, and so much of it can be a mess. Where it's just like out on the edge, out at receiver, it's just like one-on-one sometimes. Best man wins, and it's just all technique. And that's just so much easier to dissect. But like defensive line stuff can be really hard to really look at. Oh. Man, I thought that was almost like an insane catch again. But I think this got tipped. Yeah, it looks like number 1 got a paw on that one. Mason Graham stunting across almost gets the win there. I mean, I wouldn't even say almost. Like, that is a win. Like, straight up. He's getting double teamed, stunting, and is still, like, splitting them. Yeah, I mean, I consider that a win. Rejoining Dion's league once College 26 and the new Madden stuff comes out. Nice. I feel like we should have a dynasty league. That would be cool. Oh my god, dude. I mean, just the number of times he's able to just, like, again, he's got short arms and it just doesn't matter. The number of times where he's able to somehow disengage. Like, you would not expect a guy who has 26th percentile arm length to be winning at the rate that he does, but he just does. Didn't put up crazy numbers on the bench press, doesn't have long arms, doesn't have big hands, but his technique is just fabulous. It's just fantastic. I mean, this is right. He just knows where to put his hands, and he knows how to get off guys. We're almost done with the tape here. I mean, dude. Double team. I mean, part of this is the running back is releasing, but it's chip help. I mean, it's not nothing, right? It's designed to help out this guard who is losing, and it just doesn't matter. He just fights through and gets the sack anyway. Probably a half sack, but him and number 0. I think, did 74 false start there? No. 73 was just a little slow off the line, if anything. These Illinois helmets are kind of cool. I can't really see them close up, but I want to look this up really quick, actually. Illinois. Yeah, they're like the leather. Oh, dude, that's really cool. I like that a lot. Like, I feel like this is an idea that when it got proposed, like when it first got shown on social media, it got a lot of hate. And it actually ended up looking really good on the field. It helps to learn more on defense and offense. Yeah. I mean, I think it's just like whatever side of the ball you're on, like knowing what your opponent can do is always good. That's the thing. Is like I played receiver, and like, so I studied a lot of receivers. So like, I know a lot about receiver, and then like when I watch corners, I'm just thinking like, well, as a receiver, what are you trying to set up here, right? And so if they are doing what the receiver would want them to do, then I know that that's wrong, right? And now if they do what the receiver wants them to do and they win anyway, they might just be special. They might just be goated. I'm seeing in the chat Jerome Baker to the Browns. Oh, and Jameis Winston to the Giants. So this is interesting, right? He'll probably be the starter there. It makes you wonder what they're going to do with their number 3 pick. And it does also make you wonder what they're going to do as far as or not them, what the Steelers, Browns, and Titans are going to be doing at quarterback. I mean, there's Aaron Rodgers and there's Russell Wilson, who are the two like big free agent quarterbacks left. But it's not unrealistic or not unreasonable to say that like you might not want either of those guys. Like Russell Wilson can't really throw over the middle of the field. It limits your offense to have a guy like that. And then on top of that, you have Rodgers, who's just like, I think, a total locker room cancer. It's just not a guy I would want in my building. So I don't hate the Giants saying, yeah, we'll go out and bring in Jameis. I think that's a perfectly reasonable balance. It's like, yeah, there's going to be some like really volatile performances, but I think in general he is. Pitt did sign Rodgers? No, I saw he visited. I am not seeing Rodgers signing to the Steelers. I saw that he visited, and it was like a positive visit. Yeah, no, he left without a deal 4 hours ago. But I've not seen him sign anywhere yet. That would be insane. I would be like, there's no way I didn't hear about that. You want the Browns to sign Shador instead of Ward, or get Shador instead of Ward. I've heard Ward quits on his teams. I do not like Shador Sanders. I think he is not good in the pocket. I think it's just like he holds the ball too long. Takes too many bad sacks. Like, I get not liking Cam Ward. Like, the nonchalant stuff could be like a turnoff to a lot of people. But I'm not a big fan. Bro just puts his hand up. Yeah, Ward's tape is great though. Like, Ward's tape is really, really good. I would say he's probably a top 30. He'd probably be like back of the first round, but I would give him a first round grade. Ward would get a first round grade from me. Shador would not. I just think it's a bad year to like need a quarterback and have a top pick. And I think that's the end of the tape. Yeah. Mason Graham's awesome. Mason Graham is awesome. I did see that Jameis signed to the Giants. And we were just talking, like, I don't know what they're going to do in the draft now. I honestly think, like, they might wait till, like, day 2 and take a quarterback. It's very possible because Jameis, I think, is startable. And if they're, like, if the concern is, like, if you don't love any of these quarterbacks at 3, then bring in a guy who you feel comfortable starting and then, draft someone in day 2. Like, I could see that, but they might still just, I don't think they'll trade up for a quarterback now. I'll say that much. I know that idea was getting flirted with, but I don't think that'll happen anymore. Yeah, I mean, you obviously don't want your quarterback to quit on the team ever, and that's the thing. Is like, if I'm the Browns, I would not draft a quarterback. Like, I would draft Carter. Abdul Carter would be my number 2 pick. Like, I don't want Shador. If I had to take a quarterback, I would take Cam Ward, but like, Abdul Carter should be the pick at number 2 overall, and Travis Hunter should be the pick at number 1 overall for the Titans. Like, to me, that's easy. I like Carter. I think he's good. Hi, Soaps. I'm just wrapping up my stream in a little bit, but Jameis Winston got signed to the Giants, so we're talking about that and how it impacts the other quarterbacks' movements.
I think it's going to make all the other quarterbacks look bad.
Yeah, you heard it here first, folks. But I'm going to go eat some dinner, make some TikToks, and I think I'm playing Dion in Madden later tonight. So thank you all so much.